Morning. So, of course, I'm whispering because broke best friend is still asleep. So, y'all, this week was a very, very mentally trying week for me. If you've been following me for a while, you know my story. You know, mother of three and going through nursing school, full-time supervisor at a huge corporation. So I have this new position at work because I have to pay my way through school because when I did have the grants and the student loans and everything, I was not focused in school. Let's say that. I had two children during those years and I decided to raise my kids instead of finishing school. However, I was a senior, so I depleted my funds. So that's why I'm having to pay out of pocket now. So be smart. Be smart. So it has been a very, very tiring week for me, very mentally draining week for me. And I was so proud of myself that I actually made it through, that I kept my head up, that I stayed focused, and I pushed through. I'm not gonna lie, I had moments. I had so many moments. This is my second time taking AMP1 because I'm trying to increase my GPA. The first time I got C, I passed it, and right now I have a D. Now, if I get a D, of course, it's not gonna do anything to my GPA because I got the C. However, I wasted a full semester. Now, mind you, I've been complaining about work, the workload that's increased. I've been complaining about, my mommy had. I've been doing all these complaints, and I've been praying as well. And one day this week, I listened to Secret to Success. If you don't know, please go listen to it. It's with E.T., Coral. They have a whole group, so powerful, so down to earth, so just, it's so good, guys, so good. I was listening to the Secret to Success podcast, and they was talking about that same subject. Basically, people placing the blame on other people and saying that's the reason why they can't succeed. That was me. I have been placing the blame, guys, so long on my marriage, on my divorce, on my kids, on my job. When, y'all, mind you, I've been divorced going on 4 years. My oldest is about to turn 12 next year. I've been at my job for almost 8 years. Even though I have a new position, I've been at the same job for 8 years. So when I was listening to the podcast, y'all, I almost turned them off. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely got offended because I was like, dang, Sam, like, okay, good. Like, when you listen to the podcast, you'll understand. But it was like, okay, whoop-de-doo, you got a divorce, had to pick up this, like, had to raise the kids. Okay, you got a trophy for that. Ain't nobody taking it away from you. You had your son your sophomore year, but then you had a second child your senior year. Woo, you got a certificate. Like, Sam, you can't take none of those to the bank. You can't take none of those to build generational wealth. You can't take none of those to get your nursing degree, none of those to get your business degree, none of those to continue to strengthen yourself in God, continue to become the best person that you want to be, continue to learn yourself in this new role. What is all that complaining and finger pointing? What is that all going to do? So I might be late, but it's a but. I'm changing. I am starting today. I woke up at 5:40. So ET wakes up at 5. Sometimes I think it's earlier, but and it's a saying that he says, if you want it as bad as you breathe, you'll go get it. And I never really got the meaning of it or the feeling of it. And then it boils down to a decision, a choice. And it's like, Sam, if you wear so many hats and you get off late and you know you're going to have to tackle the kids and everything, then, nighttime is not going to be the best time to study for you. So it was like, how bad do you want this nursing degree? How bad do you want this business degree? How bad do you want generational wealth? How bad do you want this peace? How bad do you want to go through this healing and finding who you are in this new era and this new role and this new woman that you're becoming? And I made my mind up yesterday. I was like, I want it as bad as I want to breathe. So my goal is to wake up at 5 because the kids and everybody don't wake up until around 7 or 8. So that gives me time to do my devotion, get my tea ready, get my study session ready, even if I only got 45 minutes or an hour. And all my science majors know, when you get to that point to where your mind is starting to wander off, it's time for you to take a break. You're only supposed to strongly study for a good 30 to 45 minutes in order for your brain to actually retain the information that you have. Now, if you're doing an assignment or, something that's going to take, more time, then you have to push through that focus and stay focusing. But if you're getting ready for an exam, if you're getting ready for a practical, I have both next week, then a good 30 to 45 minutes, then take a break. And then go back to give your mind time to observe everything that you studied and also to give your brain a break. Focusing is a lot of work. One thing that my professor was saying, it takes a lot of energy, which is why you gain 15 pounds your freshman year of college. It's because you're going through so much studying and so much change. It takes a lot of energy. And one thing that your body needs, baby, in order to continue to produce that ATP is food. It breaks down food. I ain't gonna break everything down for y'all, but past that chapter. Your food use that's your main energy source. So your body needs food, which is the reason why people that's in college or anything either work out or eat a lot, or like we have to do something to continue to build our energy and keep our energy up because we use our brain so much. So moral is, and this is a long one, so I understand if I don't get a lot of views on this one, that's okay. Anyway, this is my therapy. A moral of the story is just like they said in the Secret to Success podcast. You can have a trophy, you can have a reward for all the trauma in your life, for everything that you went through. You can have it all. Applaud you, hands down, not taking it away from you. When are you going to stop and know that, okay, I did that, cool. Now what are we going to do? You can't take you dropped out of school to the bank. You can't you ain't have no daddy or no mama in your life and that's why you act like this. No. Baby, you in your mid-30s. You grown. They ain't got nothing to do with your parents. You should have went to therapy, got some healing, got some act right. Stop blaming past situations and other people for the decisions that you chose in that moment. And like I said, hands down, I applaud you. If you know me, you know my story. But how bad do you want that generational wealth? How bad do you want to see your kids succeed? How bad do you want to reach the goals that you have set in your own life? You got to get to that point to where you like me. Even though mine came yesterday, and this is the last week of the semester, if I don't get a B in its anatomy class that I wanted to increase my GPA, that falls on me. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to push myself to wake up at 5 and continue to study and continue to build and continue to grow. And that's the key. What change did you make that you felt needed to change in order for you to reach your goal, in order for you to be successful? And as always, please, please continue becoming that best version of you.